One of the questions I get asked a lot by startup founders is, when should I fundraise? And I often tell them that a better question may be, when can you fundraise? Because as an early stage startup, your ability to fundraise is probably more about when investors are ready to invest in you than when you actually need the funds. So if we take the question of when can you fundraise as our starting point, a good rule of thumb is try to postpone it as much as possible. So bootstrap, go to your friends and family to raise some initial funding so you can kind of get started, with the goal being that you establish some sort of customer traction, ideally revenues, but just getting users, customers on your platform, getting feedback, getting testimonials. It's all about the proof of concept in terms of demand for your product or service that you can establish as soon as possible, because that will make it much easier for you to then go to investors and say, look, I've actually made a lot of progress towards product market fit, which is exactly what they're going to be looking for. I know you're probably thinking, what is she talking about? I need the money now, and I need the money in order to be able to get those customers on board and generate those revenues that she's talking about. But in fact, that's not really true, because what you can do with a relatively small amount of funding is actually quite impressive, and a lot of other startups have done exactly that. There's also another advantage to pushing off your fundraise, and it is a financial advantage for you, because the longer that you can push off your funding, the higher your valuation is going to be, particularly if you can put it off to the point where you actually have some kind of product market fit. And that means that you're going to give away less of your company. So let's say you start with a valuation of 2.5 million. As we talked about, the qualitative method, where a max is 2.5 million. And you get to the point where you've got customers, you're generating revenues, and now your valuation is 5 million. So for that same $500,000 that you're raising, you're not giving up 20% of your company anymore, you're just giving up 10%. I hope that's helpful, and I'll see you on the next video.